Hey guys, I just wanted to do a quick video. I got a couple of inbox messages asking me which books I've read, asking me which books have helped me the most. I'm not going to obviously lay out every book I've ever read on this table, but I've laid out a few of the ones that I found dotted around the house that I've read somewhat recently or that were easily accessible to me at the time. Some of them are still packed away downstairs in suitcases because I haven't unpacked everything from when I moved into this house. So we'll get started. I'll try and run through pretty quick. Just off the bat, the one book, if you're only going to read one book in your lifetime, make it this one. This has probably changed my way of thinking more than any other book here. Maybe because it was the first one I read. Now, after that one, this guy, Jack Canfield. He is cheesy as hell, but fantastic. He has pretty much listed every chapter has principles for success, which is probably why it's called the Success Principles. But everything is pretty much laid out the way you'd want it to be laid out in a book, especially one that teaches you about something so important. So it has little the subheadings there. You'll see has some really useful little tidbits, but this is a very, very big book that will teach you a lot. Now, over onto here, we got biographies. These two are my favorite biographies. I have yet to read Arnold Schwarzenegger's one. I've heard a lot of good things about it. Total Recall, I believe it's called. This one here, Cinderella Man. This one is 50 Cent, From Pieces to Weight. I think he might have a newer one. This is one of the first ones, I think. Doesn't say. But yeah, I'm pretty sure this is the first one. If you're a hip hop fan, the Tao Wu. This is probably the most interesting book I have here. That is very easy to read. It's short. It keeps everything on point. It never goes off on tangents like a lot of books do. It's a very interesting read. It's got a lot on the methodology of Wu-Tang and where the name came from. These guys are about connecting the mind, the body, and the spirit together as one. This is an interesting book. This taught me about the humble side of business and how to give back. So this, I don't know if you know the shoe company Tom's. Every time you buy one of their pairs of shoes, a charity receives a donation. So essentially, I believe he actually gives the shoes away. So for every pair you buy, a pair gets sent to somebody who needs shoes. So fantastic book. I'm not sure I read all of it. I think I remember getting just past the halfway mark before I ended up moving on to a different book. I have a very sporadic attention. So onto here, I went through a little phase where I was really interested in Shaolin. So I got the Shaolin workout. These have some fantastic stretches if you're looking just to do something at home that's going to help your body out and you don't want to go to the gym. Find this book and buy it. It's fantastic. This one here, again, same as this one, I got about halfway through and stopped. I believe I got to about 130 there. So I got to this one here. So this is where it actually looked like it probably would have been a little bit more interesting for me. So this is about the internal force of Shaolin. There's a lot of this stuff here that is actually in this one. This one is a little bit more tame. It's been dumbed down a little bit more. This one goes into a little bit more in-depth about the way of thinking. I have a couple of journalism books that helped me out with marketing online. As if you ever write blogs or anything like that, these guys come in really handy. Again, this one's a little bit more advanced. This one is the Complete Idiot's Guide, so obviously it's meant for people who don't know what they're doing. This is a bunch of stories about companies that have started from nothing or very little. So if you're like me and have very little money, but are looking to start big companies up or looking to start any kind of company up with the hopes that it will become big, this is definitely a good read. Gives you some really solid motivation and inspiration. I've got a couple books here I haven't read yet. This being one of them. This guy from Dragon's Den. You probably recognise him if you guys watch it. I personally don't watch it, but I do recognise him from the news and the media. Down here, we have Richard Dawkins. If you want something that stimulates the mind, and if you're into debates and things, definitely a book to read. This one here has helped me out a lot in terms of marketing online and offline, helping some of the local businesses. This is The Art of Business Seduction. This is a really fantastic book. It's actually a plan that helps you day by day and how would you say, meeting by meeting, conversation by conversation. So it actually teaches you, it's not just for business, it actually helps you out a lot with all kinds of things, just anything from general networking, like you just saw, to everyday conversations with friends and family. If you want a really short book to get started with reading, this is a fantastic one. It's not how good you are, it's how good you want to be. This book, I think I read it in probably about an hour. That's probably how long it took me, if I remember correctly. This book and this book, I actually just got this one. I'm a big fan of Brian Tracy. I think I have another book by him right here. Advanced Selling Strategies. These two, if you're a procrastinator like I am, definitely get these two guys. They're about just taking action, getting everything done, prioritizing, that kind of stuff. This is Brian Tracy's book on selling strategies, as you can see. Fantastic book. I've already read a little bit. I have a Kindle or a Kobo. I've read a little bit on there, but I prefer reading actual books. Not sure why. Just can't get used to holding a Kindle or a Kobo. Over here, if you're into internet businesses, this book, I've actually bought a couple of his. There's my cat. Here you go, Leo. His name's Leonidas. The other cat, I have a female cat that's called Cleopatra as well. So Leonidas and Cleopatra, they are forever bothering me while I'm trying to do videos and working. So this book is a go-to if you're into internet marketing. Again, if you're looking at lean startups, I've heard this one is very good. I have yet to read this one. Looking forward to it though. These two here, Robert Greene. I've heard absolutely fantastic things about Robert Greene. And his writings are supposed to be phenomenal. So looking forward to reading these a lot. This is Mastery, and this is the 48 Laws of Power. I know it says power on the front, but up here is the 48 laws. You might not be able to read that. Definitely worth the read as far as the reviews go online. On forums and such too, not just Amazon or whatever. This guy here, I just finished this. Excellent book. I would not recommend any other book in terms of figuring out your purpose. This book puts everything into perspective, makes you realize not to be so selfish when you're thinking about your business. This guy, it's a very good book and it does teach you a lot, but I would stay away if you are not a fan of blunt honesty. He's going to tell you just to get your shit together, basically. But there is quite a few tidbits of information that I find interesting and motivating, of course. Worth a read if you're into that kind of stuff. Oh, and there's Cleopatra. Cleo and Leo. So, over here we got The Art of War and Sun Tzu for Success. So, The Art of War, this is the original one that's been translated into English. There's some fantastic lessons in here. Now I've read that entire thing. It took me about a week and a half to 2 weeks, mainly because once you get about 7 to 12 pages in, depending on how tired you are, you'll probably shut down. It's only interesting on the ones that you can transfer to real world scenarios. So this is where this came in handy. I'm glad I brought them together, because this one takes the ones from here and makes them relevant. So it makes them relevant to issues that may arise in your life, whether it's career, business, or whether it's friendships, relationships, and whatnot. This one is fantastic if you're into marketing and such, especially online. A lot of it's outdated now, unfortunately, but I'm sure there's a revised one from Ben Norman somewhere. Psycho-Cybernetics, still have yet to read. Looking forward to that one. Heard a lot of good things from like Tony Robbins, Ty Lopez, and that about that one. Compound Effect. This one I've heard a lot of on forums, success forums, marketing forums, sales forums. Compound Effect is the go-to apparently. Again, with this one, same thing. A lot of people online recommended it, so looking forward to reading that. If you are like me and into fitness and nutrition, these two taught me a lot, especially with nutrition. The fitness stuff I was already, let's say, well researched when I read these, so I was getting this more for the diet information, nutrition information. Both of them fantastic about teaching the basics of nutrition. Some of it goes onto a cellular level, which is really awesome. Not sure if I'm going to find it in time to make this interesting. Probably not. No. Okay. So I was actually trying to find something. There's a few images there where it kind of delves into the cellular aspect of nutrition. So Mike Mensa, his philosophy is very different, still kind of frowned upon today, but there are some tidbits of information in there that are worth recognizing and taking advantage of. This book is more about his philosophy, which is why it's called The Wisdom of Mike Mensa, written by John Little. So this is a guy that knew Mike Mensa pretty well, as you can see on this one, which he wrote with Mike Mensa before he died. This one is more specific to training, whereas this one is more to do with the philosophies. Now, just as an end note, if you are into personal training or training people in general, helping people out with fitness and muscles, this book here has a lot of information about the human body, nerve structure, bone structure, everything. Has a lot to do with muscle imbalances, posture imbalances and such. Fantastic information. But it's pretty much my go-to if I have it handy. If a client's having issues, I'll often look in there referring to that if I don't know the answers, or if I'm looking to help them out and have no idea where to start. That's usually a good place. Well, I hope that was useful to some of you, and I hope some of you take advantage of what I've shown you today. Yeah, let me know if you read any of these. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you've read any of them already. I love hearing people's reviews on books. And if you have any recommendations for me, please let me know. Thanks for watching.